Welcome to your first module. So if you're in the modules tab, this is what you should see. And now that you've completed I read the summary quiz, I read the syllabus, quiz, then this would be available to you. So you'll have to complete every week a lecture module and a lab module that is the correct number. So we're doing module 1, so we'll do A and B. And so what we've got for you this week is we have, in this case, for the lecture material, I'm going to have you kind of look at the online book that's referenced in the syllabus, and here's a link to it. It's going to take you to these sections here of the online textbook. I want you to just go through 1.3, 1.4, and 1.5. And so it's just going to introduce you to the idea of geologic disasters and environmental change. So once you've gone through that, there is a timed quiz for you to take. You can click that link right here. And of course, you want to make sure you click this. It's an online book. It'll open up in a tab, and then you can read through that. For the article, I'm going to have you look at the Arizona Geological Survey. So we'll reference Arizona Geological Survey and the United States Geological Survey. But here in this link, it'll kind of take you to this page here, which is the page for the Arizona Geological Survey. What I want you to do for this is I want you to look through these 9 kind of geological disasters, hazards. And of course, this is related to Arizona. So if you click each of these, it'll open in a new page. And then I want you to kind of read through the information on that page. You don't have to go beyond that. There are multiple links and all that kind of stuff. But if you click here, it'll open in this page. You want to read some of the content. If you want to watch some of the videos, great. And so have some content here, and then you can just go back. So make sure you touch on each of those. There's 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hazards here. And then you can go back and take the quiz when you're ready to do that. So same thing, you take some little notes along the way, and then you'll have the quiz here. And then finally, I'm going to have you look at a different textbook here, and this is really just about science in general. So the first 2 assignments, and I know it's a lot of reading for this first one, so that's just kind of how it goes. We're going to introduce you to some of these concepts. So for the homework, it's basically an understand how does science work. This might be a science class. You haven't taken one in a while. We want to understand how science works, how we do science, how we look at data, how we interpret data. What does it mean when we come to these conclusions? Are they true? How true are they? All that kind of good stuff. So you can go through this chapter here and then just answer the questions. No time limit on the homeworks here. So you can go through those at your leisure. And so that's what you're going to do for the lecture portion. And then for the lab, it's basically introducing you to Google Earth and some other concepts. So I know people freak out a little bit about math sometimes, so don't do that. Well, I can't tell you not to, but so there is some math questions here, only because, we have to do a little math. If we're going to talk about, landslides, we might want to know how fast that material might be moving, or even tsunamis, how fast tsunamis move, or the size of an area that's been contaminated by pollution or things like that. So I'm asking you to do some math, use a calculator. Remember, no time limit here. So don't let this first part this is not for me. We're not going to use a ton of math. And this is in the labs. There are a handful that will have some math in them. Most of it will be fairly basic, multiplication, division kind of stuff. And some of them won't have any math in them. But I just wanted to get a feel for, how you work your way through. Look, it's just multiply, 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 and give me an answer, right? You can do that. That can give us something important. The second part is going to ask you to work on your Google Earth knowledge. So there's a file to download, and you'll open it up in Google Earth, and then you'll use that data to answer questions throughout the rest of the lab. And of course, the tutorial is going to tell you this too, but that's what you have to do for your lab activity. And then don't forget, you'll have a lab quiz to do, right? So there's the lab itself and then the quiz. So those are the 5 things that you'll need to complete the first week of class. Now, class officially starts on the 19th. This will be available to you a little early. So you have all the way until, what, I think the 25th is that Sunday. So that's what you'll do this week. If you have any questions, comments, concerns about the stuff you're working on in this module, please don't hesitate to contact me.